Chapter 1. There is no evil in those with a natural perm, a foundation of chaos, heart, and the death of Bushido ***. Gintama's inaugural chapter plunges readers into a fractured, absurdist version of Edo, where the once proud samurai class has been stripped of its dignity and purpose following an alien invasion by the Amanto. The story opens not with grand battles or heroic proclamations, but with the mundane struggles of survival in a world that has moved on from Bushido. At its core, this chapter introduces Sakata Jintoki, a silver-haired, deadpan freelancer whose lazy exterior masks a tragic past, and Shimura Shinpachi, a earnest teenager clinging to the remnants of his family's samurai legacy. Their collision sets the stage for a narrative that oscillates between slapstick comedy and existential reflection, establishing Gintama's signature tone of irreverence layered over profound social critique. The chapter begins with Shimura Shinpachi, a bespectacled 16-year-old, working a menial job at a grocery store, a far cry from the swordsmanship dojo his family once proudly ran. His humiliation is palpable as his boss berates him for incompetence, mocking his inability to operate a cash register and sneering, **, even a chimpanzee could work a cash register. You're still stuck in the samurai era. This opening scene encapsulates the societal shift. Samurai, once revered, are now relics, their swords banned and their skills deemed useless in a world dominated by Amanto technology and bureaucracy. Shinpachi's struggle symbolizes the generational trauma of those forced to abandon tradition for survival. His sister, Odi, embodies a different facet of this decay. Brash and fiercely protective, she works multiple jobs to pay off debts left by their deceased father, who mortgaged the dojo in a futile attempt to keep it alive. The siblings' dynamic, Shinpachi's quiet desperation and Odi's combative resilience, paints a poignant picture of familial love strained by systemic failure. Enter Sakata Jintoki, the series' antihero, who stumbles into their lives with the chaotic energy of a man who has long since stopped caring about societal expectations. Jintoki's introduction is deliberately unglamorous. He's first seen lounging in the grocery store, lazily demanding milk while mocking Shinpachi's plight. His appearance, unkempt silver hair, a stained yukata, and a wooden sword tucked into his belt, immediately signals his rejection of samurai norms. Yet, when debt collectors threaten to seize the dojo and force Odi into exploitative work, Jintoki's facade cracks. In a pivotal moment, he intervenes, not with a katana but with his Bakudo wooden sword, disarming the thugs with effortless skill. This act, juxtaposed against his earlier apathy, hints at the unresolved trauma beneath his cynicism. A samurai doesn't need a reason to act, he declares, a line that becomes the series' moral anchor, suggesting that honor persists even when the world deems it obsolete. The debt collectors, led by the grotesque Hattori, represent the commodification of humanity in this new Edo. Their plan to transform the dojo into a floating brothel, no underwear shabu-shabu heaven, satirizes the erosion of cultural identity under capitalist exploitation. Hattori's ultimatum, sell the dojo or sell your body, forces Odi into a heartbreaking choice, reflecting the vulnerability of those without power. Shinpachi's helpless rage, why does everything have to be taken from us? Mirrors the broader despair of a generation raised on the ashes of their ancestors' pride. Jintoki's intervention is neither purely heroic nor selfless. His motivations remain ambiguous, driven as much by boredom as by latent empathy. When Odi reluctantly agrees to sacrifice herself, Jintoki mocks her melodrama, you're really gonna sell your body for this dump. You've got no market value, yet his actions betray a deeper loyalty to the ideals he claims to reject. The ensuing battle is a masterclass in tonal balance. Jintoki deflects attacks with comedic nonchalance, using a scooter as a weapon, quipping about traffic laws, while Shinpachi's internal monologue grapples with the weight of inherited failure. The fight culminates in Jintoki hijacking a police car to chase Hattori's airship, a sequence that blends absurdity, Odi's underwear-themed panic, with visceral stakes, Shinpachi's terror as the dojo teeters on destruction. Amid the chaos, the chapter seeds deeper themes. The Amanto's influence looms in the background, their ships blotting Edo's sky, their laws disarming samurai. But the real antagonist is societal apathy. A throwaway line from a bystander, samurai? They're all beggars now. Underscores the cultural amnesia that permits exploitation. Even the Shinsengumi, later central figures, are introduced as passive enforcers of the status quo, more concerned with ticketing Jintoki for traffic violations than addressing systemic corruption. The chapter's emotional core lies in Shinpachi's arc. Initially portrayed as a passive observer, he finds agency through Jintoki's example. When Jintoki tosses him a sword, protect what you want to protect, 4 eyes. Shinpachi's trembling hands steady. His decision to fight, not for Bushido, but for his sister's smile, redefines heroism as a personal, rather than ideological, commitment. This moment crystallizes the series' thesis. Legacy is not inherited through blood or blades, but forged through choices made in defiance of despair. By the chapter's end, the dojo is saved, but the victory is hollow. The building stands, yet the students are gone. The swords remain sheathed, and the Amanto's shadow lingers. Jintoki, ever the enigma, refuses gratitude. I just didn't want to lose my napping spot. But his bond with Shinpachi and Odi is cemented. The final panels linger on the trio eating cheap snacks, their laughter a fragile counterpoint to Edo's decay. It's a microcosm of Gintama's ethos. Life's value lies not in grand victories, but in the stubborn refusal to surrender joy amidst ruin.